You mentioned the connectivity with the group, right? Saw you run sprints with Debo, a couple days ago. Considering that you are only a few years removed from playing in the league, how does that help you, being able to connect with these guys? They are a little bit younger, and especially new guys coming in.
Well, I'm still able to run with them a little bit, so that's a plus. But I I don't really know how to answer that question. I just really just try to be myself and don't try to be anything I'm not, and just try to help these guys as much as possible, and know that I, truly care about them and want them to succeed in any way possible, and as long as they feel that and they know that, then I feel like we're starting off on the right foot.
How's the relationship been with Trent Taylor so far? Obviously you guys are very similar as far, from a physical standpoint. Have you guys had any extended conversations about the playing style and whatnot? What has that been like so far?
Yeah, for sure. Trent's been really fun to coach. That's probably the easiest guy for me to coach, not only because of his skill set, but smart kid and understands the game, understands space, all those different things. And he's been healthy this whole spring, which has really helped him. And he's been doing a really great job. And really excited to be coaching him. A guy that I really liked when he was coming out, and to be able to coach him now, it's been pretty cool.
Even before the pre-draft process, everyone pinpoint Trent Taylor's just like Wes Welker. It was always those kind of connections. Did you see any of them that you kind of look at him, you're like, I see that in me when I played?
No, absolutely. He's tough. He's smart. He's really understands the game and understands space, and he does a great job of getting in and out of breaks, and he's been as advertised so far, and I'm looking forward to continue to work with him and continue to kind of perfect his craft.
Obviously, the game, the rules have changed quite a little bit since you exited the league. You're a guy who suffered quite a few concussions during your time. How do you think you're going to be able to help this receiving unit, and even the tight ends? Obviously, Selleck has had his issues with concussions as well. Being able to stay safer on the field and try to avoid those kind of hits that maybe you sustained during your career sometimes.
Yeah, don't worry about going over the middle anymore. Like, those guys can't hit you anymore. So what are you worried about? No, I'm just kidding. It is kind of true though. Because you sit there and you think you're going to be thrown into something that the guy's going to take your head off, and they're trying to change the game where that's not only a penalty, it's a fine, it's all these different things. So, the guys now, when you're going over the mill, you don't have to worry about it as much. Yeah, absolutely. You feel a guy here or there, I get it. But at the same time, know that money's on the line for that guy, all these different things. But obviously, the concussion deal is a very serious deal, and so, it's something that I think all former players, in some way or another, deal with it and have issues with it in different ways. And so, I still don't know if I do. At times, my wife, I know she thinks I do. So, it's just one of those deals you kind of live with and do your best you can with it.
Guys kind of, because you can't get touched over the middle a lot these days. A guy like Dante Pettis, who kind of showed a little hesitation over the middle last season. How do you help someone get over that type of hurdle, that mental hurdle in a way?
I think I saw every scenario you're talking about, and I don't think I can really blame him for it, But I think, for him, I think it is just more of a mindset, and knowing those guys, they can't hit you like they used to, and you know what? You got to have the mindset that you're indestructible, even though you're not. In your mind, you got to have that feeling within yourself of I'm going to run through this ball, I'm going to run through this catch, I'm going to do all these different things. So, your mentality and how you think out there on the field always has to be that way, or it's never going to be as clean as you want it to be.
Are you more apt, given your background as a returner, to allow Pettis, or say Pettis is your starting receiver, and I think some coaches wouldn't want him to be the punt returner as well. What's your stance on that?
My stance is we're trying to win, and special teams is such a big aspect of the game that I want whoever's out there that's going to help us win the game. So it's, coming into the league as a free agent and basically making it because of special teams. I know how important it is. And being in New England and all the time I spent there, how important special teams is. And all those yards, they matter. And so, yeah, you do run the risk at times on getting guys injured and stuff, but that's every offensive play as well. So we got to put ourselves in the best position to win, and that's kind of my lookout on it.
Did you study him, and did you study that aspect of him last year
That
when
is
you were with the Texans? Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, you broke my record. I had to. So. Yeah, no, he was fun to watch. I mean, absolutely. I mean, it was weird to watch his body movements just because he's got that Gumby style to him of, being able to accelerate and stick his foot in the ground and do all these funky moves and bend and twist his body. I was definitely a fan of his coming out and watching him return those punts. I was like, okay, all right, I guess he deserved that,
Is the Gumby style movement also what makes him a gifted route runner?
Absolutely. I mean, those corners are taught to look at their hips. And when your hips are just sliding back and forth and doing all these funky movements, it's tough for them to figure out which way he's going. And you see him double up guys, constantly just because he has those movement skills to him that are great for route running.
Double up guys, their feet, stepping on each other's toes.
What's that now?
When you say double, you see him double up guys?
Oh, double up means like you make a move one way and go the other, kind of. So it's kind of like getting that, defender to kind of like stop his feet or, make him kind of redirect in another direction.
What does he need to be coached up on most? Where does he need improvement?
Pettis, just recently, I think in practice is just, I want to see him make those like back-to-back plays. Today, he made ran an unbelievable route, got open, caught the ball, turned up, made a great play, and then we came back and ran a great route, everything, and then, it would have been a tough catch, but, didn't make the catch, and I want him to just have that mentality like you're going to make every damn play out there. And I know he has that in him, and and that's something that we're going to be working on and striving to do, and I know he'll take that challenge head on.
Was that high sideline
I don't know if it's an out route, but yeah, it was kind of like towards the sideline. Yeah. No. I know you're not a route runner.
Route rider.
Yeah.
I'm a route rider. Running a route runner.
Yeah. We called it an archo.
A what?
An archo.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
What are your impressions as a receivers coach and a former receiver of Garoppolo and how he throws?
I was never with Garoppolo there.
I know that.
Okay.
I'm just saying when you were a former receiver.
Oh, I thought you said when I was his former receiver.
I got
Oh,
that.
okay.
I know your boss.
No. Okay. All right. No, I think he's, obviously got a very quick release. He's done a great job. The guys really respect him and commanding the huddle and doing all those things. And I don't have a ton of interaction with them, so but I know our players stand behind him and they love the way he delivers the ball and they're happy to have him in the huddle.